It is that increase in demand that is so strong across the world. We're very, very, very keen to get out and move around again, to see people, to travel, to go to vacation destinations. That has pushed up demand for crude oil and for gasoline.
Welcome back to the Midweek Exchange. I'm Natalie Nanowski, and I'm joined by Brett House, Scotiabank's VP and Deputy Chief Economist. He's here to break down those big economic issues. Hi, Brett. We're right in the middle of March break.
Hi, Natalie. It's a busy week, and there's an awful lot to talk about on the exchange this time around.
There really is. And for the first time, Canadians are traveling freely in 2 years, but gas prices are really high. So, what does that mean for those spring break deals that people typically see airlines hand out at around this time?
Well, they're unlikely to see them either now or over the next few months because the world is very thirsty for energy. We're seeing a big increase in demand for travel as those restrictions come down and as households spend some of the money that they saved up during the pandemic when they couldn't do all the things they wanted to do. We've also got pretty strong labor markets where wage increases are set to be quite high this year, and that's combining to create a situation where people are coming back to travel, demanding a lot more in the way of airline tickets and cruises and other parts of the travel industry. And that means deals are pretty scarce on the ground.
So, what is behind all of this? What's driving it?
Well, it is that increase in demand that is so strong across the world. We're very, very, very keen to get out and move around again, to see people, travel, to go to vacation destinations. That has pushed up demand for crude oil and for gasoline in a very substantial way. And that is also manifesting itself in places like British Columbia, where it's relatively hard to get gasoline into the local market because there's one refinery in Burnaby that's pretty stretched, and we don't have connections to the rest of the country via pipelines. That means gasoline prices for people who are road tripping are going to be high and stay high here, even compared with Ontario and Quebec. Add in the sanctions on Russia, which produces about 12% of the world's oil and 12% of the world's oil exports. And you have an additional complication that is likely to keep prices high well into the summer driving season.
Okay. And what about next week? What should we be looking out for there?
Well, we're continuing to look at the dent and then the rebound in economic activity that the restrictions related to Omicron created in January. So we're seeing retail numbers for January that are likely to show lower foot traffic. But then in the following beginning of the week, we're getting industrial production numbers in Canada, which ought to show a bit of that rebound as those restrictions came off and people got through caring for their loved ones during the peak of Omicron infections and symptoms.
All right. Thanks so much, Brett.
Great to speak with you, Natalie.
Great to speak with you too. And we'll have more midweek exchange coming up next Wednesday.